Welcome to the two grumpy men, C. Grooms and Bobby May.
What it do?
Live, baby, live.
Oh man, what a day. Excuse me, what a day, man. What a week. This is
Word.
about to be interesting. Yo, this was crazy. This whole thing was crazy than what we thought it was going to be. We knew it was going to be crazy, but this shit just got real crazy. It got, like, super crazy and goofy.
Word. I don't know how they explain it. I mean, damn, participated in I don't know, a lot of elections, over the course of my lifetime. I mean, shit. Been voting since I want to say 88. So
for me.
word. So, it's a long time in the game. Nothing really changes, in the neighborhoods I lived in.
Yeah.
But, not from the federal level. So, I mean, unless you're one of those people that truly believes in the trickle-down effect, the federal takes care of the state and the state takes care of the city. Then we got to go by zip code. There's a lot of factors that go into that shit. So,
whole lot of shit.
I don't think I'm a proponent of a true believer in that aspect. I think you got to just take care of your individual households and kind of hold your council people, city council first. You got to hold them responsible. Mm-hmm. Then you deal with the assemblyman in your area, the congressman, then the Senate. The governor, he or she, they're like out of reach for the most part. But you have so many layers that if you do have an issue, you should be able to get something done. But, your zip code takes priority, A lot of people don't understand that. Then as the redlining procedures that go on, one neighborhood becomes another. Anybody that, lived in Brooklyn, you will understand that in the 70s, Washington Avenue in St. John's used to be Bed-Stuy, because the Bed-Stuy zip code, the Bed-Stuy post office, is actually on Fulton Street in St. James. So that was a Bed-Stuy zip code. Now they broke up little neighborhoods. It's called Prospect Heights now, but that's just an example of how a line can move. That's all, and it's called something else. It's a whole process behind that. But yeah, it's been an interesting week, man, since we've been on, and the election was in full swing. Election selection, however you want to look at it. Mm-hmm. Very tight race. I'm not surprised at how tight the race was in terms of the popular vote. Mm-hmm. I saw that Biden actually pulled away. And you can, I don't know, there's many things to attribute it to, but I guess first and foremost, you got to look at the black vote. It was strong. Mm-hmm. So if he was going to lose, I guess you could blame it on the black vote. But if now that he's won, I guess you can attribute it to the black vote. But I think more so towards black women, I'm assuming. It has to be, because a black man, we don't really account for shit. We're the scapegoat on a lot of levels. I mean, politically, we just been the scapegoat. Maybe not individual households, but when I hear the different rhetoric and stuff like, oh, black people need to get out and vote, or black men, y'all voting for this and that, I'm hearing that from women, so I don't really know what else to think. It's a lot of divide and conquer, out here, but it seems like we all went out and just participated in the shit. Mm-hmm. And Biden got like 72 million votes. Trump 74. Got 74 now. So yeah, so he got 74 million votes. 75 mil. Trump got 71, 70.
He had 70, like close to 71 million.
71 million. So what does that tell you? Both of them surpassed the vote for Obama. Mm-hmm. So black people came out in masses, mm-hmm. in Obama, and they voted, and especially the first time, maybe not the second time, but the first time, yeah. So we went out in droves to vote for two Caucasian men. You know what I mean? Like, when you really look at it, I'm just saying, like, they set records, and the black woman was the catalyst to get them over the top. Because I'm going to tell you something. That's the biggest demographic in this corporation is the black woman. And if you look in corporate America, the people who do end up succeeding, who end up representing black people, usually is a black woman. First and foremost. And this is, hey, they push the man over the top. No doubt. Women in general had an issue with Donald Trump and his policies. And many of us did. Me personally, I just thought he said a lot of dumb shit, and he had no plan. And everything was executive orders with him.
Yeah, because he couldn't get nothing. Because he didn't. Yeah. He don't know politics
at all.
He's a businessman, so he don't know. He wasn't educated and groomed to do this,
right?
Like the rest of them were. So the thing about him is that he felt like he was shooting straight from the hip. You feel what I'm saying? Like right. He felt like he's saying that he was shooting straight from the hip. And he was just basically doing what he felt he knew best to do. You understand what I'm saying? And right. That would just be an asshole. And and obviously it didn't bother 71 million people who voted for him, because a lot of people was voting for. They wasn't. You probably had to. I felt like it was mainly. You had a lot of racists. Yeah, you had the racists who were and the prejudiced people who voted for him. But you also had a lot of people who were scared for their taxes. You had a lot of people who was small businesses who were worried. You had a lot of people who had who was worried about the vaccines. You had a whole lot of what I mean. So a lot of that was bundled into that. It wasn't just like it was all 71 million of those people were hating, just being ignorant racists.
Right. Prejudice. Family, I see you on the line. We're gonna get you on.
So you know what I'm saying? It wasn't like that. What it was more of it was a culmination of things that brought that 71 million to vote for him. So and then you had the people that voted for Biden. They were just they hated Trump. And they were just tired of his bullshit and tired of the crazy shit he was saying and doing and his Twitter rants, and he just wasn't. If he was, look at it like this: if you owned a company and he was your president of your company, you would be ashamed.
Word.
You understand? Because you'd be like, man, this fucking dude is. What the fuck are you doing? But no, he was in the company, but he had the backing of the Republican Party, who was looking for somebody who could put that out there and make them money, and that's what he did. That's why they rode behind him and they did all the things he wanted to do, because he was making them money. They were all making money off of him. Now, but we talked about this before, was we started when I kept telling you a lot of them was backing away from him. It's like they knew it was coming. And basically, they were fighting for their seats because they didn't want to get entangled with his shit. And he fucked their shit, they good thing they got going on. So they started to distance themselves. So now here you go, this late push, Joe wins. He gets the votes. He's big, everybody, what I'm saying? Black people doing the dumb shit that they doing. And here... But what they don't understand is, right, they like, yeah, Joe's this and Joe's going to do this. Joe can't do shit. Because guess what? Senate is 49-49.
It's a lot.
You need 51 to be the majority in the House.
Mm-hmm.
They got 2 runoffs coming in Georgia alone.
In January, right?
I believe so.
Right.
Right? If they win, Joe's in there with a Republican Senate. And he can't do nothing. Joe ain't gonna be able to do nothing for 2 years to 2022. What he gonna be able to do? He can't.
Well, that's cleanup mode anyway, And
but that's what. But you gotta look at it. That's what's taking so long. Behind the scenes negotiations.
Right.
It's behind the scenes type shit going on that people not even thinking about and aware of. They just happy. Oh, they think we gotta win. They behind the scenes negotiating. Like one dude, I seen one dude on the news this morning, and he kept it. He was the realest person, a white dude. I think he was on MSNBC or some shit. And he was saying, yeah, Joe's gonna be all right because he's been there. He's been in politics forever. He knows a lot of those people in Congress, so they're comfortable with him. So they understand Joe's one of them.
That's a way. It's a good way of putting it.
That's a good way of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he's one of them. That's what I've been trying to say. Like they're comfortable with Joe being on the top of the show because he's one of them. He's been sitting there for 47 years with one of them running the game, pulling the bullshit over you. So they're good with that shit. They ain't gonna let him do whatever Joe's not about defunding police. Joe's not about a lot of that shit he's been kicking.
Nah, come on. We know better than that.
So when people talking about, black people got him in, and that's it, 100 days, we going to see what Joe going to do in his first 100 days. We going to see all that. Yo, we want all that talk, all that shit you was talking. We want to see some action behind that shit, bro. You understand? Like, we want to see student loans gone. We want to see them shits cut. We want to see all that type shit. We want all that shit you was talking up in front of it. We want to see that plan you had, lift every voice shit up. We want to see some traction on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
We want to see all that shit. We want to see all that shit that all you motherfuckers is in the street dancing for like it's a fucking party and you fucking won something. Like, oh, these motherfuckers. I can see now if this motherfucker, if I could have seen today if motherfuckers was like, yo, we getting reparations. We getting student loans is getting wiped out, and we gonna get our money. We getting money. We gonna get some land and some money. Now that's a reason for everybody to come run outside and jump around.
Right.
But just because he won, to be carrying on like we did something. My wife said it was sad. I thought it was funny. She's like, "Why are you laughing?" I'm like, "Cause the shit funny."
You said it's actually hilarious.
It's funny sad. She said it's funny sad. I'm like, yeah, it's funny sad. It's some funny shit to me because these motherfuckers is idiots. Fucking y'all in the street. Motherfuckers is down here in Piedmont Park doing electric slide and 1-2 step and all this dumb shit. Drinking and dancing. Stupid nigga shit. Just dumb nigga shit. Fucking nigga shit. And then you want to know why they don't take you serious. Because you happy over this little win. You happy over this and we ain't got nothing. We ain't got nothing out the deal yet. We ain't got nothing out the deal yet. We ain't got nothing on the deal. So I'm one of them people. I want to see what we getting out of the deal before we start talking rejoicing and shit because he's a politician. You know what I'm saying? And one more thing before we start bringing people on, I gotta say is this Kamala Harris shit. I'm gonna need you motherfuckers to stop talking about she black. That's the first fucking thing y'all gonna have to stop doing, okay? Because when that shit came out on CNBC, CNN, and all that shit today, that shit said first Indian American and first colored woman. They ain't saying nothing about no African American, no Jamaican, and no Black American. There ain't none of that shit in there. That shit said Indian American, and that shit said colored woman.
Right.
I don't know about you, but I don't know no black woman that gonna win and be vice president, and she proud to be black. That shit ain't gonna say African American, first black woman, first, and especially if she's Jamaican.
At the minimum, hold on. At the minimum, she's supposed to say Jamaican American.
Exactly.
At the minimum, because she
that ain't even in Indian American. Let's get that clear. Let's be very clear about that shit. Let's be very clear.
Well, Indians are people of color, but they're not talking about black Americans.
There's no black, son. They're not African. Ain't no African American, no black American, no Jamaican, none of that shit.
Well, hold up.
She said Indian.
I had this conversation with my mother earlier, and I'm talking to her, and I said, hey, she said, yeah, same thing you just said. Yeah, they talking about, Indian American. I know she ain't black. If she was black, they would have said she was black. I said, hold up, Ma. I said, hold up. Wait a minute. She went to Howard. She's an AKA. Ma, she wore Tim's and Chuck Taylors. She identifies as black. Ma, I know, Mom, she laughed in my face, man. I just gave her an autographed copy of my book, Push Back. Gotta get it. We pushing back, Wig.
We pushing back on you, motherfucker.
Metaphorically speaking. because of shit like this. Like
Shit
we
like
claim anybody that we think is gonna love us or participates in our culture. We are a loving people, but we are
to a
also
default.
But we're also very too lovable and we're gullible on some level.
Gullible, naive,
They
every
put it
thing.
out there, like you just said, Indian American person of color, not black. So
Not
it's not
none of
Negro.
that
It's
shit.
weird though because the people you saw a lot of black people celebrating as I did, but I also saw a lot of Caucasians celebrating, and they still on the Black Lives Matter thing. I'm telling you, yo, Rob, I'm telling you, they know they black. They know they not white legally. These Europeans cannot be white. They're not sovereign to this land. But that's a whole nother conversation.
That's
a whole nother Like, well, hold on. Let's bring the family on. We got family on the line. Family is a tough conversation.
Who's on there? Who we got on here?
I don't know. They gonna introduce themselves.
All right, let's go.
Or introduce yourself, please. You're on the line.
Hello.
Oh, hello. I'm Aaliyah.
What's good?
Hey, Aaliyah.
What's good? Hi. How are you?
We good.
Good.
We on here having a conversation about this past week's election. So you heard some of our thoughts. So, give us how you feeling about this situation and where you stand as far as this political, I don't know what we would call this, debacle or whatever. Yeah, you know what I mean? So, tell us how you feel. What's your thoughts on this situation?
I'm mostly listening because I'm not a political buff or nothing like that. But I don't have to know the inner workings of a thing to know that the thing is not working. So, just what I want Black people to consider, two things. First thing, I think we got to get past this idea that we all have to look alike, think alike, talk alike in order for us to work on solving our agenda, our problems. I don't think that day is ever going to happen, but it doesn't mean that we can't work together. I think even at some point, Malcolm and Martin was able to come together and have a conversation about a common problem, even though their approaches were different. So I think that's one thing we need to do. The other thing is, I think Black people look at voting as their form of activism. So they go and stand in line and vote. They wait for hours, and they go home, and that's that. So if a Democrat gets in, they let that Democrat lullaby them to sleep, back to sleep, so they don't have anything left to do. And if a Republican gets in, they go home and suffer in depression for the next 4 years because they feel like they can't do anything. And I think we have to come away from waiting on other people to fix our problems. I think there are things that we do absolutely need to be fighting for, but the starting point is ourselves, just rethinking this whole system, this whole design. And the whole design is one orchestrated and created by white supremacy. And it really goes so deep. It's in everything. It's in our TV, our education, our food, our air. It's in everything. And I think if we can step outside of that and congregate with ourselves, have a real conversation with ourselves with what can we do. And I think start by educating your kids. If they have to go to school because you have to work, educate them when they come home. Check what they're learning at school. And deconstruct all of the crap that is bullshit, because hopefully we're doing some self-assessment, for ourselves so that we can go and talk to our kids and see what they're learning in school. Train them to think a different way. don't let these people train your kids how to think, because they train us in a way to think white first in everything. And we don't even know that that's been done to us, a lot of us. So I think that we have to really reconsider. If you have to work for somebody, still create some sort of side hustle. Try to grow your own business. Start working on growing your own foods. Just start working on doing little things within yourself where you learn how to be self-sufficient. You're teaching your kids how to be self-sufficient, and hopefully that'll translate into your community so that when these bullshit elections come around, the fact that they took a week to come up with who won, for all those people who voted, I'd be pissed. I've never seen it take this long. To me, that's an automatic. You know something's up. Something's happening behind the scenes. They doing something. They negotiating something. You gotta know that this game is being played, and you're the piece on the board. Like, we not even chess pieces. We checker pieces, and it's just ridiculous to me that we keep engaging in this game, and we're waiting on somebody else to come and save us when we need to be saving ourselves. So that's my 2 cents.
Oh, wow, that was. I'm not even going to say I'm impressed. I mean, I'm astounded, because without giving away your age, what age demographic would you classify yourself as? Your 10-year window.
I could tell you my age.
No, don't tell them your age. You ain't got to do that. Just so they know how intelligent you are, give them the range. You ain't even got to tell them how old you are.
Okay, I'm just saying, I'm Rob's little sister. So, I'm a product of Mary and Nas and Method Man and all of those people. Real rap. So
okay, there you go.
I'm not.
Right.
I'm not as young as I sound, but I've been black a long time. So that part's not me.
Shit, I hope so. Because everything that you said, it just reminded me, just like other conversation that that I had with my mom earlier, and she was just like, I'm 76 years old, and I voted all these years, and I can tell you right now, nothing has really changed. But then she said something hit her. This election, she decided not to vote, and because she said one day, this was like a month ago, maybe she woke up one morning, she said, you know what? They've been duping me, and not just me, but they've been duping us for all these years, trying to get people riled up to vote, and to vote for what? I don't believe in voting for evil, that lesser of two evils. I'm not voting for neither one of them. And she went in, she's 76, and she's just coming to that realization. This ain't somebody that was rocked to sleep. She was an activist, a Black Panther, or all of that. So she's just like, hold up. They stole our programs. They implement them as theirs, and then look who's benefiting off of the EBT system and the SNAP, Caucasian people on every state roll. You can look up the demographics, people. Like, I don't make this up. It's on the state roll. You will see who is the biggest recipient of all of these benefits. And who created that program? Black people. But
wow.
So I just thought about when you was giving us all of that information, I said, damn, So you got the younger generation. We will be classified as that. I guess we're younger. We're not the youngest generation. We're in the middle. What they call us? Generation X, because I guess we tired of the shit. But the older, the elders, the true elders are like, yo, neither one of them ain't shit. And my mom kept saying that, like, Biden ain't shit. I've been in office your whole life. I mean, she said, I remember the real Biden. Now, maybe he's old and, feeble and you're forgiving, like, but if you know anything about elderly people, when they get a certain age, they really don't give a damn. You think he didn't give a fuck when he was younger? Oh, my God.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, you got dudes is like, yo, one dude said to me, yeah, I've been following Biden. I've been following Biden and Trump for years. And, the difference, he's like, so if you don't know the difference, I'm like, what's the difference? oh, the difference is Trump has always been about Trump and Biden has grown. Grown to what? What did he
right? What
did he grow to? That's about it. All he did was grow old.
I don't understand what we've seen, and it's really, and I'm not vested in this election. I personally, over the two, I wanted Trump to win because I don't trust Biden at all. But I didn't vote. I said I'm not participating because, again, I don't believe in the lesser of two evils and voting for which. But if I did, I would have voted Trump for sure. But my issue is that I have this conversation with black people, family and friends. First of all, these diehard Dems want to fight you over not supporting Biden, which is insane to me. But the fact that you can sit up here and have a conversation and want to argue about Trump's words and call it racist or whatever, Biden actually practiced racism. He put a system in place that locked up tens of thousands of our men. Our men that now they don't, and a lot of these men are still locked up. He hasn't done anything his time in government to change that. But you can sit up here and argue with somebody and say, I know I can't take Trump. I can't take Trump. I'm just saying, but you can take this. How do you dismiss this? When did Democrat just automatically become black? Or when are we going to stop Democrat automatically black?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This part right here just really gives to me because Democrat doesn't equal black. And when did that ever happen? And why, if I don't vote Democrat, that makes me less of a black person? First of all, I don't even really want to be associated with that word, being black. Right. I don't want to be associated with that. That's a color.
Yeah.
And I'm really disappointed. I'm really disappointed in how our people are acting right now because, like, I'm not even, like I said to Rob, like, he was laughing at the people in the street. And I'm like, that's so sad. Like this is their savior. He came down to save our people. When he locked up our people and separated families, when kids don't know their daddy. Like, come on now.
Motherfuckers is just coming home from 91. Motherfuckers is just coming home, son. They've been in jail for 20, 25 years, 30 years. For 3, 4, for hustling and shit. Meanwhile, motherfuckers who got caught with pure cocaine been home. Got caught again and doing another shit. And motherfuckers is just coming home from
they got out in the 90s, Rob.
Yeah,
they did 2-3 years.
They did 2-3 years. Motherfuckers got caught with 2-3 vials just doing 30 years.
Word.
30 years. Places like
Did Biden's son ever get locked up? Did Biden's son ever get locked up for his crack cocaine?
Nah, he went to rehab.
He went to rehab.
That was his sentence. Rehab.
Answer would be no. It would be no.
Answer would be no.
His rehab was probably in the comfort of his own house with some damn private nurses. Who knows? Like the fact that black people can dismiss that really makes me disgusted.
You've seen how they dismiss it because when this race started, the same person who's his vice president called him a racist. Right? Then he picked her. Then you picked her to be your vice president. Then same people who weren't for Biden turned on and said, we're all for Biden because we got to get Trump out. You seen the Sean Kings. You seen the all these entertainers. All this shit. All this shit changed. The whole thing changed. Like, we got to get him out. We got to get him out. All we can get out Trump. I understand Trump is a fucking idiot. Nobody's not saying he's not. He's a fucking idiot. Like, let's be clear on that.
A long time idiot.
A long time. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're from New York, and we understand who the fuck he is. So the rest of the world, y'all just put was doing catch up to this motherfucker. But then you're not realizing that Trump is not a politician. Trump has never been a politician. Trump came from money. He's a businessman. He comes from money. He do shit. All he did was show you how the system was fucked up. Whether you liked his approach or not, he showed you the system was fucked up. Because here's a motherfucker who filed bankruptcy numerous times, had numerous businesses, didn't pay no tax. When he did pay tax, he paid $750 and got back $72 million.
Word.
Like, so now, you
motherfuckers
motherfuckers out there, it's like, oh, why you ain't pay your tax, Trump? Why you ain't? First of all, peep game, motherfucker. Peep game. He just showed you something.
Right.
He just showed you something.
Right.
He got like 40-something, 50 businesses. 40 of them shits made no profit. So he ain't paying no tax. He took a loss. So he got that fucking money back that he put into the shit.
Yep.
Understand the game?
Yep.
Why you motherfuckers is worried about shit, dumb shit? All he did was show you that, man, you stupid for paying fucking taxes. Don't do that shit. Get you
He
some
got back
businesses.
$72 million.
Get you some
So
fucking
what does that
businesses.
tell you?
Get you some fucking businesses and know that they're going to fail and get your money back.
He got $72 million back.
He got
so that lets you know
$72 million back.
He put out $72 million. He
Come on,
got it
man.
back.
He got the shit back.
But what I don't understand is what is the argument with him not paying taxes? What person do you know that wants to pay taxes? Which one of us get excited when our check is short from taxes? I don't get excited when
I damn sure didn't.
I damn sure don't.
I work 40 hours. I want my 40 hours. I don't get my 40 hours. So if this nigga not paying taxes and he's the leader of the free world, maybe they working something out. Well, we may not have to pay taxes. That's just how I see it.
That ain't going to happen because that entity is, first of all, that entity is not even government. So, you know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother fucking topic.
That is a
conversation. You know what I'm saying? That's not even, and if you even talk about that shit, they gonna JFK you. So that's just how that shit works. You know what I'm saying?
I think that's the motto. That's how it goes. You reveal a secret, you got to go.
You got to go.
I mean, if you're influential, because once you get to that level, like you know a lot of ins and outs and secrets, so you can't be revealing stuff to the masses because they think we stupid. You know, they treat the people like we're like we're all dumb. Like so, we can't.
But can you blame them? Look what motherfuckers is doing today. Look what motherfuckers is doing.
Is it possible
from the moment they heard Biden won, motherfuckers has been in the street dancing, singing, banging, making noise like it's New Year's Eve. Fucking crazy.
That's a fact.
All you can do is laugh at that shit because it's so pathetic. Like, what did you win? What did you win?
It is pathetic.
What did you win, son? What did they win? Can somebody tell me what we won? Oh, we're going to go back to normal racism now. We ain't going to go back to Trump racism. We're just going back to normal racism. So, normal racism is they hide in the closet. They don't really say nothing to you, but they do sneaky shit behind your back and do other shit. You understand? Listen.
They look up the middle numbers of your Social Security number so they can know that you're black.
Exactly.
They do that.
Come on, son.
So I think too. I'm not gonna say we because I don't identify anymore. But I think black people look at they rather a Biden versus a Trump because Trump's racism is out and in your face. Biden's racism is behind closed doors. See, once we know it's in your face, you have to have some sort of responsibility to do something about it. And so many of us are so complacent with where we are.
You say complacent. You saying complacent.
Yeah, I'm being nice. I'm being nice.
Niggas is scared.
Lazy,
scared,
and everything else.
Motherfuckers is scared.
So if it's behind closed doors, they don't have to take on the responsibility of addressing the problem.
Yeah.
And I think that's why they would prefer a Biden over a Trump, because otherwise the shit is just asinine. It just don't add up. It just doesn't add up. So,
the shit that never going to add up.
Yeah.
The shit is not going. The shit ain't never going to add up. And when they run this new game that they going to run on these dumbass motherfuckers who out here dancing and shit, when they out there working that deal and they feel like yeah, you could be President Joe, but we're gonna need to control the Senate, and we'll make Trump go away with his lawsuits, and we're gonna take over and run the Senate, and we're gonna sit there for the next 2 years and run the Senate while you be all. So this way, when the people that you let down and they ask why you couldn't do nothing, you could just blame us. You could just say you had a Republican Senate. You know, as simple as that.
Well, yeah, that's pretty much it.
Then all you motherfuckers would be like, yo, what happened? Oh, then they'll make the excuses. Oh, Joe didn't have he had the Republican Senate.
Exactly.
So he couldn't do nothing. Same shit when Obama was there. Oh, Obama had the Republican Senate. They wouldn't allow him to do nothing. But you kindly forget Obama did have the first 2 years or so. He had a Democratic Senate. And he was in there talking some bipartisan shit.
Right.
Yeah. Can we all get along?
But they never talk about that shit. They don't ever want.
Obama had a lot of executive orders though that took away civil liberties. Quiet as kept. Like there were a lot of executive orders along that line. But I mean, we tend to not talk about that with a lot of black people because they believe in symbolism. So the symbol is right now. The symbol was Obama. Now the symbol is not even Biden. Now it's Kamala Harris. So you have a person who looks black. Who well, you know what?
She went to HBCU.
Wait a minute.
HBCU, so that's a product of HBCU. They produced her. This is how they. Okay.
Didn't Rachel Dolezal teach at a HBCU? I mean, she went
to Howard too.
She went to Howard too, didn't she? So I mean,
there ain't no love for her.
Where the love for her?
Ain't no love for her.
She had a damn chapter, NAACP chapter president.
And was doing shit.
And was really doing shit. And people rode her. Oh man, I you know what? Look, we got two women on the line. Is there a symbolic feeling, that okay, we can make it there too? Not you personally, but is this something to hold up in high esteem? A woman. First of all, it's two things going on. It's a woman as a vice president. Okay, shit, we ain't never seen that before. All right, that's without question. But then now you see this person who she looks like us. She obviously is a part of the culture, but the media is not going to give that satisfaction to say, oh, this is a black woman, or this is an African American woman, or this is a Jamaican woman. Like they're not going to do none of that shit. So they're going to say colored. Whatever the fuck a color is, I don't know. But we know looking at it. But how does that make? I don't know. How does it make you feel? Y'all women, shit. Because I'm on the outside looking in on this one. I just saw a bunch of let's dance around what she really is. If Black Lives Matter, that's what we kept hearing for months. So Black Lives Matter, but now you got a VP in there. You ain't calling her black. Like, what's good?
Well, she's not. From what I understand, she doesn't call herself black. So, I mean, I don't feel any connection to her. She could be a white woman for all I'm looking at.
But she went to Howard.
I went to Howard. Yeah, I did.
No, she went to Howard. I'm saying, like, come on, alum, y'all both alum, Got to be some connection there.
But for me, the fact of the matter is, I understand what she did to get where she is, and that's not what I come from, and that's not what I believe.
Oh, so, wow. I say that all the time. And then dudes be killing me.
So for me, that's not a proud moment for me. You see what I'm saying? That's not something that I'm going to have my kids look at the TV and say, I want y'all to grow up and be like that one day.
Oh,
no.
Thank you.
That's not what I come from. That's not who I am.
Right.
So, that's not a proud moment for me at all. Actually, I'm saddened by it because it's bullshit, and I'm tired of bullshit. I'm just tired. I'm so tired. So it makes me mad more than anything because I have to look at other people, my friends, my family, whomever, a different way. You know what I'm saying? Because I like to be in a company of people who think like me. And so now, sometimes I'm at this point, I feel like I have to excuse myself from those people because they're not going to allow me to grow or keep growing or to keep being who I am.
Right.
So personally, that's nothing for me. I look at her as, you know, she could be any color. And like I said, she doesn't call herself black. So why am I going to say that's a sister? Stand up, sisters. Clap your hands, sisters. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not going to do that, and I'm not going to do that to my daughters either.
Right.
How you feel, sis?
If I understand the question right, I guess you're asking how do I feel with this being a woman, and a black woman.
Or she black first, right? I mean,
whatever she was,
woman of color.
Woman of color, that's third though. I mean, you know, but
you're
supposed to be black first.
It says the first woman of color.
Right.
That's what they had on the news. First woman of color. That's what they running on CNN, NBC, everywhere. And nowhere does it say black.
Saying on the news, but that's what they're saying on the news. But then the black women are saying something different. They're calling her another sister. They're calling her a black woman.
Right.
So,
well, with regards to the woman part of it, I don't know if it's a conscious or a subconscious effort, but I don't necessarily, and I'm proud of black women who have made great accomplishments. She's not one of them, like my sister said, how she got there, whatever. She can kick rocks. I'm proud of black women and their great accomplishments. However, I don't differentiate. A black man accomplishment, for me, is just as much as valuable as a black woman's accomplishment, because I see us as one. I don't see the separation or the division or this need to say, oh, this is a good figure. Now, I believe in good role models for little girls. Absolutely, we all need to see them. I still need good role models. And my daughters, I'm trying to represent myself so that they can see their mother as a good role model. However, if it were a man or a woman in the White House or whatever, I could care less. It's all symbolic. What's important to me is that the voices are represented and heard of our people. Like this whole thing, I don't know if y'all saw it, but Ice Cube went on that whack show, Queens, whatever, something, Queens of Cocktail, something stupid. And they were like, well, where is the agenda for the women? He's like, I said black people. And they're like, well, no, women have separate needs and blah, blah, blah. He said, okay, that's fine. And I respect that. And I respect y'all. So if y'all have something, then participate. And you know, I'm talking to everybody. You know, I don't like this game that's being played with us. Like, oh, no, I'm black, I'm a woman. He's black, he's a man. No, that's that white people shit. Let them do that. We know better about the family unit and the family structure. I think our DNA is made up where we understand that a little bit better. Let them play that game. We don't have to play that game. Let's do what we know, what our ancestors taught us, and work together, because we know that we both need each other. We're at our best when we have each other. So as far as the woman shit, I could care less. Just know that, you know, we have to still push on and put them to the fire. These supposed Democrats said that they was going to meet with Ice Cube after they won the election. Let's see. I want to see.
Let's see.
I want to see.
Let's see.
So
let's see all that talk. That's what I'm saying. All that talk and all that shit and all this dancing and shit. We want to see. I hope y'all ready to keep their feet to the fire. Don't start that shit. And don't. That's why I'm like, you know. See, we play sports. See, you understand? When we play, you get to the playoffs, you win a game. It's nothing, because the bigger goal is the championship. That's when we gonna celebrate, when we get to the championship. You don't show that enjoyment by just winning one game.
Right.
You show that enjoyment when you get to the final and you win it all. We ain't won it all. So why are you motherfuckers acting like we won something today? That's my problem.
Yeah.
Like, I'm like, yo, that's why I gotta laugh at them. because I'm like, what the fuck are y'all doing? You continually make us look fucking ridiculous and make people laugh at us. You continually do that. Put your poker face on. Nah, we ain't happy with that shit. The job ain't done, motherfucker. You won. We gonna hold you. You supposed to be out there today. We gonna hold your feet for these next 100 days to the fire, motherfucker. Cause we want everything that you promised. Cause that's what we came out for to do. That's what we voted for. Right. That's what we came to do, and we showed out for you. We came through. Now it's time for you to come through. We don't want to hear about no plan. Oh, my number one priority is the LGBT community. Oh, my number one priority. My number one priority is COVID. Well, motherfucker, you better make sure we up there is one of your priorities. And as far as for the other people, it's like, oh, you need your name. Yeah, we need our name to be seen. Because we out here, we came through. So come through for us, motherfucker. It's time you come through. If not, I don't expect shit. I don't expect nothing. I expect them to still do the same bullshit politics that they always do. They're going to rock you back to sleep with some new shit. It's going to be, as soon as he take over, the game, they just recycle the game. You're going to see a disaster, something happen, something crazy going to happen. They're going to forget all about that shit and push your shit all the way to the back.
No, the phase 2 of COVID got to drop. They got to drop that on everybody because other countries is already locked down for 30 days. I think they're doing it in Great Britain. No, man, we're about to get hit with a second wave. I mean, they're going to say they got to drop the game on us because, these two, Biden and Harris already said, we need to lock it down. Everybody need to. So if you're going to lock shit down, then you need to lock a check in my mailbox. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
For my whole family, and I don't want to wait 6 months to get another one. You know what I mean? Or 9 months, however long they're doing it, because that's coming.
So, all right, so obviously it's coming, right? Because it's funny you said that. Because I was watching the clip of Joe Budden's show or some shit, and it was a clip. It might have been an old clip. And it was a clip where they were interviewing Kamala Harris, and Remy asked her, is there anything that could be done where, everybody could just stay at home and money and all this shit, and, the government just makes sure when you lock it down that basically everybody getting a check and they can still live and pay their bills, or make sure no mortgages or no credit card payments got to be paid until this is all cleared up and we can get back and get the economy back rolling. Her answer was, she started talking about small businesses going to go to their banks and get loans, get the motherfucking business loans and all this shit. Like, what the fuck is, like, what the you didn't even, son, I'm like, this is what I'm talking about. It's politics, man. They talk you in schools with a bunch of bullshit. And
small businesses. So maybe she was dropping game. Maybe we all need to create small businesses. Is that what you're trying to say?
Listen, she was saying
we all need to be corporations. Was like, if
you got a barber shop or you got a salon, they need to be first to getting these SBA loans and all this other shit because all these other people got to blah blah blah, all that shit. Listen,
is everybody getting money? That's what that was the question. That's the question.
Everybody gonna give everything. Are you gonna give everybody another $1,200 and wait and then gotta wait till another 9 months or 6 months before they get enough more money? Meanwhile, y'all telling them don't go to work, don't go to school, don't do none of this shit, da 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 da, and so forth, so forth, so forth.
In Canada, they're on check number 7 for $3,000 a month.
Wow.
A month.
Okay, in Canada, and we had $1,200.
Back
for
in April.
7 months. Like, we going into our 7th month.
And last week when we broke it down, last week, right now you would be at basically $5 a day. That's what
$5 a day. That's what you lived off of if you just try to survive off of the $1,200 check. For one person.
$5 a day.
$5 a day. So a family of 5 is living off of $25 a day for 7 months.
Hey, you know who was holding it up? Did y'all know who was holding it up? Damn, Nancy Pelosi and the fucking Democrats.
I got some news about that. They did Hakeem Jeffries is going to be the House Speaker. They're going to vote Pelosi out. They're going to vote her out as Speaker. Yeah, that's going to come down the pike. Hakeem Jeffries from Brooklyn. Oh, he's black, by the way. Yeah,
he's black. He's a house teacher.
Hakeem Jeffries is in our age bracket, down brother. He don't take bullshit. Yeah, he's a politician now, but I mean, he's one of those that he fights for his people. I know Hakeem personally, so he not a sucker. Is what I'm getting at. He came under the tree. There's a political tree. He actually, basically, he like family. So he not a sucker. Okay. He not a Cory Booker.
Can I ask y'all? Yeah, that's super sucker. Can I ask y'all a question? Y'all follow Dr. Claude Anderson, right?
We do.
Yeah, we do.
To some degree. So all the time, he talks about powernomics and not voting and everything else. But a couple weeks ago, I don't know if it was 2 or 3 weeks ago, he was breaking down his plan, and he said, I've been saying this all this time, hold your vote, hold your vote. He said, but no, I want everybody to get out and vote. Does anybody have an answer to why he changed his position on that?
He may have got a call.
He been talking about that that book came out. As a matter of fact, I just read a chapter earlier because it came out in the 90s.
Yeah, it's an old book.
It's an old book, but it's relevant today because it's basically a template. So, but to answer your question, I would say because I remember he was doing, him and Dr. Boyce, they was doing a weekly podcast every week, and they was talking about hold your vote because, basically you're not getting anything out of it, and you won't because you don't have a foundation. You built the 5th floor before you built the 1st floor. Like he been saying that. So you had the other groups that came in, the ADOS, and now they have another group, Foundational Black Americans. Hey, they got a lot of groups. So now they were supposed to go see him. Ice Cube was talking to Dr. Boyce Watkins, and then now all of a sudden, to hear Claude Anderson say that, it's like, well, go out and vote. We're going, There's a lot of political. He was a politician. You know what I mean? But there's pressure. Yes. He got a phone call. You know what, Claude? Okay. Chill for a minute.
We're going to need you to stop
We're going to need you to just chill for a minute. Like, after the election, then you could talk about, I told y'all to go out and vote, but maybe y'all shouldn't have. Maybe you could reverse pivot. Like, there's nothing wrong with reversing your position. He's been saying this. Until we get an agenda, the vote is irrelevant because they have layers of stuff of blockades. So unless he sees something that is going to be beneficial to the people who did go out and vote for, because he knows the two-party system is messed up, Democrat and Republican. The Democrats right now are what the old slaveholders 200 years ago. Exactly. So all we did is flip-flop. So it amazes me. My brains be on fire. I be trying to calm myself online because, this is an area of, I study this area. And I'm arguing with ignorant, motherfuckers, right? I went to school for this. Fuck school, though. I actually did research outside of school. Like you said, I used to come home. My parents had to deconstruct the bullshit that I learned and taught me this is your real history. Africa and the original man came from this region and there ain't no races. And I'm like, damn, that's a lot, but it carried with me into adulthood. So Claude Anderson, I read his book. Black Labor, White Wealth. Powerful.
Dirty secrets.
Yeah. All the dirty little secrets, the reader. You got to sit down with that shit and be like, and I would feel, I'm glad that I felt that way now. And like I told my mom, I don't got to be 75 to feel how you feel. I'm glad that means, you know what that means? That means we made progress. Because I started feeling this way in my 30s. This shit is rigged. This whole shit rigged. That's just 20 years ago. Before a podcast and all that shit, he was even thought about, and now, people get phone calls. Just chill for a minute. Let the election go through. So for Claude Anderson to say, you go ahead and go out and vote. Maybe there is something beneficial for the people who going to come around, because remember, they have these plans now. Lift Every Voice and Sing is supposed to be for black people.
Right.
So ADOS is,
Right.
They go on to him. You got Foundational Black Americans going to Dr. Claude Anderson. He has a template. So maybe it's something that's coming up the pike. You know what? Go ahead and vote. They telling everybody, go.
Okay.
I mean, shit, you ain't the one voting anyway. Your vote is an indirect claim. There's still 19 states that don't have to follow their people. And then let's not, I was looking at this today. I was trying to break it down to my son. He's 10, so I had to keep it real basic and say, there were 4 Commonwealth states, that are voluntarily participating as being part of the United States. I was like Massachusetts, Kentucky, Virginia, and Pennsylvania. I said those are the 4 Commonwealth states that they are voluntarily participating to say that, we're part of the United States. They run their own stuff. They don't got to do what the rest of the United States is doing. They just don't. And so when I had him look up the definition, Commonwealth, and he read it, he understood. I said, all right, that's your lesson for the week. Like, don't try to go any further. Like, because the kids, they see shit, Trump this and Biden that. And I said, hey, hold up. Let me tell you something. You don't go there in your own brain. It's a deep rabbit hole. I want you to understand that there are people that are just coming home from the 1990s because of policies that was put in place by Biden, Bernie Sanders, Hillary Clinton, But and we all went out and voted for Clinton, and her husband signed the bill, the lockup king, and we all. So what are we supposed to do? So now this happened.
But you see how they turned it, though.
No, they turned it. Oh, he apologized. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lock your whole family unit up. I'm sorry.
But it wasn't even that. But they turn it because they say you asked for it. Because there was so much crime in your neighborhoods and the killings was raising that you asked us to do something.
And
so
who put the drugs there? Who put them there? Who put the guns
but
there?
That's the game, though, son. That's how they fuck with you mentally. Because you asked for it. Just like right now, you asked for him again. You asked for him to do something in the 90s, and he did. He locked your asses the fuck up.
He did it. You got
and now you asking for him again to come save you niggas again.
And he got a backup.
What the fuck you think he's gonna do now?
He got a backup plan. He got the woman who locked up more black people in San Francisco and Oakland than at any time in slavery. She locked up that many black men in Oakland.
Come on,
that's
son.
a fact. And for weed charges, like
bullshit
weed.
But that was the main reason why when she was running for president, motherfuckers stopped fucking with her. When all that shit bust loose, they were like, oh, we ain't fucking with you. But as soon as she got on the ticket, it became a love fest again. I can't fuck with you. Like even you know what I mean? Like motherfuckers, it became a love fest. Oh, she black, she one of us. Yeah, that's the ticket, Biden and Harris. Now you whooping this shit up. Now we supposed to forget all this shit. No, I can't do that, my nigga. I can't forget that shit. Come on.
No.
You can't forget that shit. How you forget that? You got to hold everybody accountable for the shit that they've done. Whether you agree or not, you know what I'm saying? You got to answer to that shit. I don't like the answers neither one of them motherfuckers gave. I don't want to hear that now when you running for president, you sorry? You wasn't sorry when you was in the White House the last 8 motherfucking years with Obama. Come on.
Yeah.
Oh, what did Obama do? He dropped it from 100 to 1 to 18 to 1. So you instead of getting 30 years, you'll get 15. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm
for
saying.
the same amount of vials.
But listen.
So you locking up drug addicts, basically. Because basically the amount that you had on you, it doesn't matter whether you had a brick or 5 vials. It's almost like the same thing. It's the same type of sentence. You know,
well, the original sentence, the original shit he did was the first vial was 5 years.
Word.
And every vial was a year after that.
So, and now, you got paid. You a functional drug addict. I got the check. I got $100, okay? I'm going to go buy 2 for $5s, all right? So that means I could get what? 20. If I spend $100, how many I could get? That's about 20 vials, right?
Yeah.
So I'd spent 20 vials because I want to get high, and then I'm in jail if they catch me with the shit for fucking 30 years. Are you kidding me? As a drug addict. Now the drug addicts today, because they passed some crazy shit in Oregon the other day, that recreational meth, heroin, and cocaine is fucking legal. It's legal now.
Wow. Really?
Yeah, so it's like, yo, what the fuck? So we're treating drug addicts, right? They're not getting jail time. They're passing laws that say, you know what, go be high, be free, be merry. Okay. But in the 90s, you was locking up everybody. And now the shit is like, it's okay now. New Jersey just said recreational weed is straight now. Recreational weed just passed.
Yeah, because now they realize they can get money off of weed.
No doubt.
They can get money off of the shit. So now it's okay because they can make money off the shit. But remember, Biden also said when he won, he was going to make sure every motherfucker that got locked up for weed, that shit was going to be dropped off your record, and your file is supposed to be basically, abolished from your record.
Vacated. Yeah, you're supposed to vacate it. Yeah. Well, we'll see, because there's a lot of people that got weed charges.
A lot of motherfuckers like that. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Why y'all going to hold them to that? Y'all got to hold them to that shit. He put out a lot of promises. He sent out a lot of promises. So,
you know what I heard about that, though? The other part of the people who got locked up, who got caught up in the 3 strikes, there was a lot of people, not just from what I read online, they's like, well, if you don't do the crime, then you shouldn't be. I said, yo, we talking about drug addicts, you fucking ignorant ass nigga. Like, I was really going in on some people. Like, we talking about people that, not criminals. I'm not talking about rapists and murderers. I'm talking about drug addicts. Like, people that got caught with bags of weed. Like, all right, I got, I don't know, 5 dimes in my pocket. I should go away for fucking 15 years because I got 5 dimes on me? Like, come on. The first time, the second time, whatever. But now it's okay. We could treat everybody. You want to treat all you motherfuckers.
I think in the 90s, rap was too smart, so they had to get the niggas out the street. Now rap is dumb, so everybody can go be high and be merry and kill themselves.
Well, you know, anybody that was, I'm gonna put it out there right now. Anybody who is over 40 years old, and you heard 90s rap, I thought about this earlier. I swear, I said from 85 to like 1998. After that, conscious shit, that shit was dead. Because it had to fade out. 85, we was strong. 85 to 89, it was like real strong. And then from 90 to 94, it was like, all right, we telling a story of 5%ers is still out here. We trying to wake y'all up. We trying to get money though. So he was talking money, clothes, hoes, all that. That's what was being talked about. So we had the conscious, we had the game, and now we trying to go up a notch, trying to get money. And here, the West Coast, they put out their shit, right? So now we talking different type of culture but still hip-hop. They still reporting on the streets. But the game changed. Like, they had the record company execs like, oh, we got something bigger for y'all. Not only do we going to sell y'all Grooms, our fucking Grooms is going to own this record label. And I'm going to got all these fucking rappers on it, gang banging. And so you get money from all angles. Oh, and the prison industry, because in the 90s, the bill that got signed in, they ready for the jail cells because they locking up drug addicts and alcoholics. So
you asked them to help you.
You asked, and then you got the reverends who know better. And I'm not saying anybody that goes to church is foolish. I'm talking about your leader. They know what time it is. They get a tax-exempt credit. They have 501c3 status. Their churches they get tithes. They know what time it is. They know what the real history is and everything. They know the game. You think they don't listen to hip-hop just because they listen to BB and CeCe Winans and shit? You think they don't know who Tupac is? You really think they don't know? Like, come on, man. I mean, Biggie Small, they don't know who that is? Like, come on. You know, they got rappers in the church now. The game is right there, but they can't tell you the truth. You lose that taxes and status. You just go away. Where's everybody? Where's TD Jakes, Creflo Dollar? That motherfucker wanted a plane like 2 years ago. Where you at? You asked for $65 million. You want a fucking plane. Umar Johnson want a damn school. Motherfuckers donated to the plane.
God.
They donated to the plane. Oh my God! So he can go from Georgia to New York because he got a church over here near Madison Square Garden. You know, I'm like, yo, real talk. Our people is fucked up.
So
If it wasn't for hip hop, we would be fucked up.
Let me say the only thing that gets me through with this blackness is I heard a brother saying it wasn't even on no like conscious thing. He was talking about real estate or something, but he said the revolution was never started with 100% of the people. It always started with about 20 to 30%, and then the rest of the followers follow. So that's the only thing that keeps me looking forward. Like I have to stop expecting from my people what they don't want to give, because I don't think that any of them are dumb. I think that it's this willful ignorance and it's this complacency, and you just don't want to change your situation because it's too much work. It's like a person who knows that they're, struggling with some bad habits. You can do it. You can change it. I say for me, I have a problem with sweets. I can change that, but it's too much work to change it. I want a sweet. This is comforting to me. That's the state of our people. It's like they don't. It's too much for them. So I guess my optimism says we can still move the dial forward. We can still change things, but we gotta let them be over there and keep moving. And then if they see us going in the right direction, you want to hop on a train, come on.
Nah,
but you got to do that.
Fuck that. That time is over. That shit is over, yo. It's real deal pushback time. You there from the groundwork. You got to be there from the groundwork, the roots. None of this hop on a train when the shit moving. You ain't want to put the work in before. Stay your ass right the fuck where you been. Like, fuck all this shit. It's time. Motherfuckers got to start separating and understand. We all ain't going to... We all ain't gonna rock together. But if we believe in our common cause, which is our communities and our families and helping us move forward, then those people need to stay together and move forward. The rest of you motherfuckers want to party, get high, do the same dumb shit, want to talk about you own this block and you own this corner and you own this. Y'all niggas stay on that shit, because all they gonna do is keep beating you motherfuckers up upside your head. They gonna keep smacking the shit out of you, and they gonna keep treating you like shit. Because that's what you deserve, because you didn't want to change your situation. You didn't want to make the effort to push forward and get out of this situation. We can't carry you no more. The cross is too heavy to bear at this point. That's just how it is right now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit is real. Shit is that real. That's how real shit is at this point. Because families are making that change. Families have to start looking at each other and saying, damn, man, I love you, but I don't think this is going to make it. I don't think we can rock like that, because we don't have the same values. We don't have the values like that anymore.
I'm speaking from facts.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
I got some cousins right now. I don't talk to them. I got a cousin right now. She's a AKA woman, about 40, about 45. We don't talk right now because we got into a debate on a book, because I'm joking and clowning. I'm saying, yo, y'all flip-flopping on Harris. When she was running for president, y'all was behind her, but, she got shot down by the Tulsi Gabbard chick when they was debating. She brought up her record. She brought up her record. She did her job. Okay, she did her job. However, this is the other side of that. She locked up a lot of black men on weed bullshit charges. Okay, and her record got exposed. Then the other side of the game came out and said, hold up, she slept her way to the top. So I don't want to fucking. That's not who I want my daughter to look up to. When you start digging into fuck symbolic, when you start looking at what she did to get where she got to, Come on now. Like, we got to dig a little deeper than that. Like, nah, fuck that. So I'm having that debate. She called me flesh and blood. Oh, come on. How you going to vote for Trump then? I said, I'm not voting for Trump either. That motherfucker ain't done shit. He don't know nothing.
Right.
But one thing, he not a politician. The reason they want Trump out from Washington, because he ain't playing they bullshit-ass games. He don't know how to play.
He don't know how to play.
He don't know how to play. Oh, fuck it. Y'all don't want to listen to me? I'll do a fucking executive order. I can wear green socks today, and I can wear whatever the fuck I want to wear. He will sign that shit in, and his press secretary will get out there and pump that. And then what she said to me, we can't rock right now. I said, yo, you standing with your sorority, I feel you. But if this is bigger than a sorority thing, like y'all was rocking with her when she was running for president, she dropped out, right? There's a reason, right? So now Biden picks her. I said, me personally, because I was like, personally, I like Stacey Abrams. But then again, I said, wait a minute, you don't like her because she's a Delta? I was like really now I'm throwing some shit in the game. So hold up. Y'all know y'all used to be one organization, then y'all broke off, right? AKA was the original. Right. And then, the Deltas, they broke off with their own 22 and they created their own. So she didn't like that shit. Like, what, I'm not supposed to know your fucking history? The shit that you probably don't even know? Like, seriously? Just because I don't walk around throwing up hooks don't mean that I didn't fucking pledge Omega Psi Phi, like that. Just because I don't talk about that shit. Like, who cares? Who gives a fuck at the end of the day? So she didn't like none of that shit. I'm like, you can't back somebody because of that.
That's what I'm saying, son.
Like, so if I didn't vote Biden,
the simplest reasons. They got the simplest. They look for the simplest shit.
We live in New York. New York has been blue since 1988 election. Straight, like from 88 straight. Like that's like what, 7 elections? I mean, at least 5. So 5 straight elections we have been blue. It didn't matter who the fuck you voted for. New York was not voting Trump. I'm talking about in terms of the popular vote. Biden was going to get New York regardless. So you vote for whoever the fuck you want to vote for. So I made that claim. I'm like, what difference does it make? I live in New York. It's going to be blue. And then now look at the popular vote. Biden is up like 3-4 million. So now I voted against both of them. Did I hurt the vote? No. He's still up. He's going to be projected the winner. Black men can't be the scapegoat. So now we just got to chill. We can't talk about it because she's black?
Right.
Is she black? Did she say she was black? I seen her with some Chuck Taylors on. I seen her with some Timbs. She was listening to Tupac in 86, smoking weed when fucking Tupac wasn't even out in 86. And on the Breakfast Club, she said that shit, and Hip Hop Nation let her ride.
Let her ride.
Fucking dumb.
They let her ride. They let her ride with that shit.
Let her ride out.
Let her ride out, son. I'm like, yo, y'all ain't even
listen to Tupac and Biggie in 1986. While she was in Howard. Now, she is 55 years old. She should fucking know better. She's talking to the hip-hop world. You're 55. So, obviously, you old enough to know when hip-hop started because you were a little older when it started. Well, however, we won't even get into where it started, but just all of that. You know better. Tupac and Biggie in 1986. And I'm sitting there like, this motherfucker Charlamagne, you get on people for the dumbest shit. And you supposed to be representing hip-hop, and you going to let her rock and say that and make a joke about, 86, okay. Well, she had a demo? I mean, what song did she hear in 86? I mean, shit, Digital Underground wasn't even out yet.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Son, it's just.
Rob, did Claude Anderson get the call? I mean, that was the question.
Son, I mean, she asked. I mean, he said vote.
Yeah,
he said vote. You can't tell what their agendas are. Like you put it out there that he was working with a lot of parties, and maybe he felt like that could have been the situation. But until he explains it, I'm gonna just go with he got a call. and back down. You know what I'm saying? But I don't. You know what I mean? I couldn't really. You know, I'm kind of surprised at that if that's been the agenda he's been pushing was hold your vote, because I believe that.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I believe that, you know, in this election, this was the time where black people was to show their ass and be like, you know what? Fuck that. We ain't doing shit. We ain't gonna do shit. We ain't gonna do shit. And you know what I'm saying? And we gonna let y'all motherfuckers do whatever. But motherfuckers said the rallying cry, this is it. We gonna do it one last time for you motherfuckers. This is it. All right, motherfucker. Y'all saying
Get Trump out.
Get Trump out. All right, so this is it, right? So if we don't see nothing by 22 and 24, what are we gonna do then?
Right.
Well, 23. So if nothing is done by 23. Okay. What do black people need from the political level? But, you know, we said student loans. We obviously said that. Now, if all of this money has got pushed out there, you telling me that they couldn't have cut reparations checks already? I know that for a fact. So get that out the way. Get that off the table. And people that don't know money management or whatever, if they're going to spend their little, I don't know, if you did reparations for everybody, I guess, well, black people, you might be talking about maybe $500,000 a family, you know, in reality. So if you did something like that, okay, and then it's over. They don't expect no more from the government for shit. But just because you cutting the reparations check, that don't mean that the people who was already living in poverty, they don't get elevated to another level. Just some extra check shit. So, you know, if you on EBT, you keep that shit. You know what I mean? Like, if you get SNAP, you keep that. But just know that you got 500,000 over here. If you gonna do some shit like that, let's start over. Let's do it. You gonna cut student loans? Go ahead and cut them.
Fuck, cut them. Wipe that shit out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm talking about cut them. Cut them shits off. Like, fuck a student loan. You know what I mean? Like, this school should have been free anyway. And now, with the way that it's going now, with people who are realizing, a lot of people, schools ain't teaching me shit. You know, because when you home, one thing I have learned, and I always wanted to do this anyway, but, you know, you got to have a lot of shit in place. Being home now, my wife being home with the children, and they learning electronically, it gives you a lot of autonomy to, like, all right, this shit is over. We're going to learn some shit right here. You're with me. You're not with the teacher. And we got great teachers. They actually love teaching. That's what they love to do. But at the end of the day, they have a script that they need to follow. And, you know, the kids are now being taught, you know, you gotta learn how to efficiently bubble in some shit. Monkeys do well on bubbling tests. You gotta score higher than the monkey. Okay? It ain't about what you can write down no more. Like, when we was in school, we had to write some shit.
We had to write shit.
Okay, so, and I know, because I graded some tests as an ECS tester. You know, I did that shit for about 6 months. And the essays that was coming across
the past 3 years.
Hey, the essays that came across my computer screen, I said, my God, we are fucked up. It didn't matter with the demographic. It didn't matter what they was rich or poor. None of that. I said, and I'm talking about, this was like in 2012 when I was doing that. So
we did it too.
Shit, we might have been. So then we was all going there. What the fuck did we get into? And then I grade some shit. Like, this shit is a fucking 1. They like, nah, he put the noun in there. That's a 2. I said, okay, I'm not a supervisor. Fuck it. That's what I'm telling you. I was in Jersey. I was in Jersey doing that shit. So I know. Oh man. I
had Maryland, and I remember looking at my test, and I was thinking, all right, this is okay. I can, you know, and I'm thinking for a 3rd grader, and somebody told me it was like, I think it was like 8th grade. I was like, what? I was like, oh, hell no. So I was getting in trouble because I was like, this is some bullshit. They was like, no, they wrote I'm like, they didn't complete the thought. But just for writing something on the paper, they got like a 1. I'm like, no, it's wrong. And then they were like, well, kids text. I said, wait a minute. When we was in school, we was taught you don't write how you talk. You supposed to write your complete thought. You put a sentence, the beginning of you have to explain what it is you're talking about and make it make sense. It was like, no, go ahead. And this was in Maryland. It was bad. It was bad. The state of our kids' education is bad. And that was what? That was like 2010.
That shit is horrible.
I'm glad y'all brought that up because I do have a chapter. I got a chapter in the book on the state of education. I had to go in on it.
I told my wife when I was teaching in special ed, and I said, man, if this is the future, we in trouble. We can't depend on these motherfuckers.
They need us.
Because these motherfuckers don't know shit. Like,
and that's done on purpose.
They don't know.
Yeah.
They not teaching shit. Like, they literally like, yo, it's a memorized script shit. Not the way we learned at all. Like, the way we learn, if these kids had to learn the way we grew up learning, they jump out a fucking window. They couldn't do that shit. They'd be like, fuck this.
A kid that knows a sentence need a noun, an adjective, and a verb, like you're a 4. You're an automatic 4.
Son, the shit that we learned was ridiculous. Like, I'm trying to tell you, the way we was trained to learn and the way that they're trained to learn is completely different. And it's just, I look at the way they learn and I'm like, this shit right here, I couldn't do that shit. I mean, it just had nothing. I wouldn't. There's no interest in that shit. There's nothing to do. It's like, the shit is made. It's made to help push them along. Like, they give them every opportunity. They give them every opportunity to pass. I mean, I come from that shit where, oh, you got a 60, you gonna hold that motherfucker, and you better get some better shit the next time.
You also went to private school, so that's a little different.
Yeah, private school, 70 was passing. If your shit was under a 70, your ass, that was an F. So they made it harder. That's what I'm talking about. We needed a 70, and that shit was real deal. You come home with a 65, that's a fucking F. You like, God damn.
I come home with a 65, I can't go out for like 2 months.
You heard? They on your ass like, because Mom Duke's paying for this shit.
Mom
They paying for this shit.
You know better. Okay, especially my high school years.
That's what I'm saying.
I went to Catholic high school. Like, we paying, and you fucking around, getting in detention and shit. Talking back to them Catholic priests. Like, yo, man.
You dealing with these motherfuckers, and I'm paying my hard-earned money, and this is what you doing? Man, you better get your shit right, boy.
Yeah, they was right about that.
I read a post today on Instagram that said the greatest weapon is not the gun or a bomb. It is the control of the information. To control the world's information is to manipulate all the minds that consume it.
That's a fact.
Yeah, that's what it's always. And if you see, that's what it's all about. That's why they use the music. That's why they use movies, videos, all this shit. All these things that give you instant access to shit, and you can get it right there. Get instant satisfaction. You feel like you get instant knowledge and all that shit. It takes away from you reading. It takes away from everything because why? It's right there on your phone, and you think this little clip is everything. And you know what I'm saying? So it takes kids. The kids don't have the interest in sitting there and trying to read a book and being like, yo, read this book. Read this book on Malcolm. Read this book on, you know what I'm saying, on
Marcus Garvey. Anybody.
Anything. You know what I'm saying? Any great leader, anybody, the Panthers, whatever. They're going to be like, man.
And the sad part about that, Rob, is that what people don't realize is that when you don't use your brain, it shrinks. When you use your brain, it literally grows.
They don't understand that. Well, hold on, so I thought it was the other way around. I tell you, because I remember we were taught when we were younger, if your brain muscle was too big, that means you were actually less intelligent. So it's the other way? Your brain should be smaller? Smaller is...
No, what I'm saying is that the more you use your brain will continue to grow. Like,
right.
but the less you use it, it will shrink.
So like flab.
When
so you got flabby brain.
And
the
less intelligent you will be. You
I
know,
believe
like,
because your brain is a muscle. Yeah, so you don't use it, it's going.
It is a muscle.
Yeah, no doubt. So we got people decades, because I think we was the last educated, meaning educated with the total education group. You know, we actually wrote out our responses. Like in a paragraph. It wasn't no one sentence shit. Like, no, a paragraph, dude. And it wasn't on some 1, 2, 3, 4 shit. You know, because that's a big range. A 1 is like you didn't even write your name. Like, I don't even know what a 1 is. So, but today 1 is you wrote 1 sentence. That's basically what it should be. 2 sentences. If you understood what they wrote, that's shit. That's like you're a scholar almost. We shouldn't be at that point. Like, we should be way more ahead. But all this shit was done on purpose. It took a while, but we here now. We here. It's like we gotta retrain the kids. But this is a perfect opportunity now. The kids is home. A lot of kids is home.
And that's why
you could do it.
We have to take back our kids' education. And like, one of the things I want to do at some point, because I'm home with my kids, if there's parents in the community who have to go to work, I want to be able to supplement. You know, they can be in a homeschool program, but I can be there to assist them and aid them, you know, through the program. I think it's just the little things we need to start doing with our community, so that we can start moving forward. And Rob, I'm in a 100% agreement with you. Let's just leave everybody behind that don't want to catch up, because at this point it's willful ignorance. Because information is literally at your fingertips. There's no justification for not knowing, except you just don't need to know. You don't
want to wake up out of this slumber. You don't want. All you want to do is act like you woke and all these words. I'm woke. I'm just like, motherfucker. You saying woke? I've been woke since fucking like
you said
11th grade. Like, I've been going on this junk for a minute. Like, I've been learning my own history since 11th grade. Like, what the fuck have you been doing then all this time? You don't understand that we at war? Like, we're at war and we're still fighting ourselves. Like, that's just dumb. Like, we're at war. These people are literally using the same tricks they've been using for the same time around. They just keep doing the same shit in a different form, and we keep falling for the same shit until we finally wake up and say, oh, wow, we're getting played. But by then, it's too late. So what the fuck? You're going to continue to keep saying, oh, it's too fucking late. Oh, I'm scared. Oh, I don't want to do this and this and this. No, it's like you got to start moving. Like, you scared? Get the fuck away from me then, because I don't want to be near you, because you a scared motherfucker. Scared motherfucker going to tell. You're going to do something to turn on. That's what all y'all niggas do. Y'all going to tell on the people that don't want to do what y'all want them to do. That's what it is.
So that's how niggas
got all these phones. That's why you got all these phones with cameras and video. All they do is want to tape shit. They want to tape you getting your ass whooped. They want to tape you doing all this shit. You like, yo, you got the tape, and it still ain't getting motherfuckers locked up. They still ain't going to jail. They still beating your fucking heads in. They still beating your heads in. They still doing the same shit. So you gotta do something different. You gotta shake the game up. You gotta do something that's gonna make them take their attention. Either you're gonna fuck with their money or you're gonna pull out of their system. You gotta do something. But you gotta hit them where it hurts. And only thing they respect is that money. So if we as a trillion black people is $1 trillion industry. We buy every fucking thing. We buy everything. And motherfucker, if we stop buying their shit, they will pay attention. Did you not see during this pandemic when motherfuckers was out there rallying and all that shit, and they felt like motherfuckers wasn't going to buy their shit no more? All these motherfuckers, oh, we behind you, black people. We behind you, Black Lives Matter. Every fucking clothing line, every fucking thing, every TV channel, everybody was behind you. You know why? Because they thought you was not going to use their shit no more. If that didn't show you your fucking power, what the fuck will? They they're scared to death that you're going to find your shit and say, we don't need your shit. We tired of your shit, and we don't need your shit no fucking more. And guess what we going to do? We going to stop buying your shit. How about that? Motherfuckers going to be like, oh, shit. You know what I'm saying? That's what made me so mad with fucking with the athletes. You have power. You could have said, we ain't playing shit. We ain't doing shit. Fuck your contracts. Fuck all that shit. No, but you motherfuckers talking about, well, my money ain't like LeBron money. I can't do that. Motherfucker, you making $5 million. The fuck you mean your money ain't like his? The average motherfucker out here making $32,000.
Less than that.
The fuck are you talking about? Are we supposed to feel sorry for you?
I'm gonna feel sorry for somebody making $5 million a year.
Come on, man.
And I make under 30,000. But I'm supposed to feel sorry for somebody making $5 million.
Don't fucking tell me. Don't fucking try to play that shit.
That's the state of black people. Who are these assholes that paid $400 and $500 to go see fucking Beyonce and Jay-Z, and y'all barely paying your rent? Why would you pay all that money to go see these motherfuckers in a concert?
That's what I'm talking about. They hustling backwards. They don't understand the value of this bread. They don't understand how this money shit works. See, black people have never been trained on money. We ain't been trained on economics. They just teach you the basics, supply and demand and shit like that. They don't teach you the basics of how to invest your money, how much a dollar is worth, how much it is compared to this. They don't tell you none of this shit. You don't know those games. So you thinking by going to support Jay-Z and Beyonce and spending $500, you really doing something like, yeah, girl, I did this. Yeah, I took my... No, motherfucker, you stupid. I don't give a fuck who on that goddamn stage. I ain't paying nobody no fucking $500 to see them on no goddamn stage. Because if I go, that means I got to take my lady. That's $1,000 fucking dollars. I ain't going no fucking way to watch two motherfuckers for $1,000. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what's scary, though? There's no performances right now, and they can't perform. And you know, like in a venue. So they ain't making no money off of shows. You know, these virtual things, if you do something for virtual, I'm not paying motherfucker $20 to get on your platform. Get the fuck out of here. I got plenty of discs in here. Every hip-hop motherfucker, I got YouTube music. I'll pull that shit up. I'll make my own CD. I got a CD burner. I got shit for my car. I'm good. I'm not paying to see no verses. You know what I mean? Like, if it ain't free, I ain't doing it. I'm talking about for something like that. You know what I mean? Like this. Come on. We
just like running around with Louis bags for thousands of dollars. This shit not even leather. Why you running around with somebody in your arm and you paying thousands of dollars like that? It
was like this week. They had a big thing the last week. Oh, Birkin bag. Like, these motherfuckers don't give a fuck about you. You out here popping on, talking about some $40,000 bag. For what? Like, come on. This is what I'm talking about. But these are the people you follow. These are your entertainers.
Right.
This is what they value and tell you in a time when people are struggling. They talking about how much money they spending on bags. But you niggas are still following them and still giving them your love and your time when they don't give a fuck about you. Like, they don't give a fuck about you.
They already sold you up the river by destroying your ass, not giving you nothing, no food, no substance or nothing. They already sold you up the river a long time ago.
Come on, man.
It's
sad. Ridiculous. This shit is sad and ridiculous, and the fact that it just compounded it today when you seen all these people doing the shit that they doing. You gotta sit there and look back and look at your people and be like, damn, man,
wow.
You motherfuckers is really fucked up, man.
Yeah, we fucked up. But I seen Caucasians dancing and all that shit too. So you know, it's like I could not believe my eyes.
I don't give a fuck if they did. That's I'm talking about black people because they are going to run with the narrative that the majority of is in Philadelphia is black. They're going to say that they put Biden over the top.
They did.
Atlanta is black. They're going to
Atlanta,
say
Philly,
they put them over the top. They're going to say that they put them over the top. And that's what they gonna be, and that's what they standing by on, and that's what they dancing for, because they showed our vote counted, and we put you over. We made you president. We gonna see what he gonna do for you.
They better put their knee on his neck then.
That's what I'm saying. You better be ready. You better in 100 days from when he take office, and we come back and we look at it from 100 days from the time he took office, and let's see what he's talking about.
We're going to break down his 100 days. What has he done?
We're going to see what he really did, and what he really did for your votes, and what he's going to do for your vote. Because it has to be, you can't keep giving your vote and there's no type of payment for it. There's no type of reward for this shit.
Well, everybody else voice is saying, right? They supposed to implement that, right? And then I think Kamala got her own thing for Indian Americans, so she got an agenda for them too.
Yeah, everybody got their agenda, but they ain't got no agenda for us, baby. They got a plan. That's what they.
Right. She got an agenda. He got a lift every voice and sing plan.
They got plans. Like,
right.
When you say agenda, you feel a little better when you say, yeah, they got an agenda. When motherfuckers say they got a plan, I don't feel good about a plan.
Didn't that strike you funny? Like, she had an agenda for Indian Americans, but they got a plan for black people. Lift every voice and sing plan, Indian American agenda. Them shits ain't equal to me.
They're not.
It's not. So
can I say this too? For all those black people that were talking all this shit about, if you don't vote, you don't count, and how you going, all this shit. Let's get this straight. This is the first time we have ever heard them even address the conversation of black people. Obama did not do it. He didn't want to talk about reparations or nothing. He kept talking about the whole country and one president, one country, whatever he was saying. This is the first time you've heard anybody come out of the White House talking about some sort of black agenda, the platinum plan, or whatever. And why? My personal opinion is because of all of the motherfuckers that said, I'm not participating. Give me tangibles. So all that bullshit about, you don't vote, you don't count. No, that's the only reason they talking this shit. That's the only reason they're saying this shit, because wasn't nobody saying nothing until all these grassroots, these YouTubers, and everybody else was like, fuck that. We not voting. We not participating.
Yep.
That's the only reason.
But I think you can't. I think when all that shit popped off, that's what made it an issue. That it became a hot topic. Politicians love hot topics. They got to answer hot topics. It became part of a hot topic. What about the black community? What about this and that, the criminal justice system, and tying it up into that? He ain't never gave you no fucking answers for that shit.
He mumbled.
No, he ain't no answers.
She ain't had no answers for that shit.
She tap danced. Kamala's a very good dancer. She dances very well.
Come on, son. Come on. This is politics.
You see her body language? Her body language. When she don't like what you showing her, she bounces her shoulders and shit, get her neck snapping. Like, I watch all that shit. I'm like, y'all really dance, y'all tap dance around this black shit now. Racism and, what you going to do for? Well, I'm not going to do anything specifically for black people. Anything I do is going to benefit everybody. What?
Exactly.
And then you have an Indian American agenda. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's what I'm telling you.
But then I get backlash from saying that.
Son, you're going to see. You're going to see. These motherfuckers.
I hope we're wrong. I hope we're wrong.
Son, I hope I'm wrong, but I doubt it.
I'll keep the faith.
I hope I'm wrong, but I doubt it, because they're politicians, and politicians, they'll always let you down. They always going to let you down.
Right.
That's what they do, because they're going to spin it and tell you why they couldn't do it, because this, and that. Or they had to get the money to this, and that. They always going to give you they always going to kick you the bullshit. But we going to see. Right. We going to see.
Right.
We going to see. This is y'all, they got what, they dancing now. But I hope y'all not crying later, because,
exactly. We are pushing. I'm already 50. Rob, you pushing 50. You all right? We've been on this train before, okay? This shit is going express. We need a local stop, right? We need to get the fuck off early. We learned that early in life. You get off early. Now, don't let the shit skip your stop. Get off before your shit, and so you get a local train. Why?
Yeah,
We keep doing the same thing. This is like our third go around with this. Like we did it in our 20s, we did it in our 30s, we did it on all of our 40s. We vote. Well, you know, what do we expect to get? Like, all right, right now, they just got projected to be the winner. All right, damn. When he take office, we gonna give him 100 days. Let's see what you lay out. I want to hear agenda. I don't want to hear a fucking plan. Fuck a plan. I want to hear agenda. Then who are we gonna get ready for 2024? Because really 2022, you got to get the Senate and the Congress right again. You know, you got to get them right, because if they ain't doing shit in your community, they got to go.
They got 34 seats. They got 34 seats and 22 coming open.
34 seats.
But see, that's another thing. That's where the real game was at.
Come out for that shit.
That's the Senate.
We need millions to vote on that.
Those are motherfuckers that going to affect you. You got to come out for that shit. Stop coming out and talking about some president shit. Stop that. Let's get the motherfuckers who really can affect that shit. Because if you had the right people in Senate, you would have been having more checks. You'd have had the right shit popping off. You wouldn't have all these policy games. But you got these old motherfuckers who've been sitting there for 40 and 30 and all many years in there collecting up that money, getting paid,
and going on vacation.
Don't want no real new blood to come through there and make changes. Because they used to the way it is, and they like the way they getting their checks, and they don't want nobody fuck that up. But the only way you going to make changes is to shake the system up. System got to get shook up. Got to get changes.
So everybody's basically
you gotta stop
happy.
You got to stop voting for these geriatric motherfuckers. That shit ain't going to help us right now. Them old ways, that shit ain't going to help us, bro.
They're not only old in age, they're geriatric in the mind. Like, you're 47 years in, like, let's see, Biden's what, 78? He's 78. Come on. He's going to be 78 years old. You've been in politics for 48 years. Okay?
Your president going to be 81 in 4 years.
That's why he's talking about he only going to do one term. So who we getting ready? Trump said he's going to run again in 24. So the same people who went out and voted again, we going to have to come back out again. Do I say we? I mean metaphorically, black people. You better put some people in place in Senate and in Congress that's going to be like, yo, you got to hold it down. You came out with all this energy for the presidential election. I expect to see the same people in 2022. If you don't, then you full of shit. Now I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, you didn't vote, this and that. Like, yo, first of all, you don't know what the fuck I did. You know what I mean? Like, you assume because I say I didn't vote for Biden that I did. I didn't vote for Biden. Fuck Biden. I said that shit a long time ago. Like, how can I just morally, in my heart, I could not do it. I tried. Black people, I tried. I tried to overlook the crime bill. I tried to overlook the policy. I tried to overlook Bernie Sanders and him and even Biden back when Nixon came up with the war on drugs. Biden was down with the shit. The war on drugs. Biden was in the room. I tried to ignore all of that shit, and I couldn't. Now Harris, like, she ran on her own. She flopped. Then, she got picked to be the VP. Look, I tried. Look, yeah, she went to Howard. Yeah, she wore Chuck Taylors. Yeah, she wore Timbs. I tried to. She listened to hip hop. She's mid-50s. I tried to give her all that shit. Then when I thought, I was like, damn, man, you a fucking house wrecker, and you're a fucking house wrecker, and then and you married a fucking Caucasian. So fuck it. How can I back that? So I'm going, damn. You know what? Fuck it. I said Howie Hawkins and Renee Angela Walker. She got a shaved head. She's a sister. Fuck it. They fit my bill. There's a black VP, a Caucasian man. Fuck it. I fit the bill. Better than dumbass going to vote for Kanye. The motherfucker didn't fill out no part of the ballot but his own president. He wrote his name in there, didn't fill out the rest of the form, and had the audacity to videotape him voting, which is fucking illegal, and now his vote for himself don't even count. That's how fucking stupid hip-hop has become. We are fucking stupid.
That's how funny it is.
Yeah, it's
I'm
sad.
gonna say this, and then I'm gonna let y'all go. But like you said, what we gonna do in 2024? I didn't know that Biden said he's only doing one term. That's
How much more you
hilarious.
think that motherfucker can do? He barely
I'm
knows.
sure he doesn't have.
He barely
I
know
don't
his
think
name
he has.
right now. Do you think he
Yo,
knows his name?
he Ronald Reagan for real right now.
He Ronald Reagan.
Yeah, I don't think he has it to do it right now. He can't complete his sentence. But the brother Bob Law, just saw him on this sister's podcast, and he was saying how withholding the vote doesn't really make a difference. He said, but I partially agree. But he went on to say that what we need to be doing is not just voting, but prepping our own, somebody who will represent us. So like he's like you can't tell me that the black community don't have no money. This example he gave, he said McDonald's make $12,000 a day in the hood. So he's saying that all of this money that we spend on these frivolous things and doing whatever, whenever we want, he said we need to start organizing and putting our money behind a potential candidate, a real candidate who's going to have our real agenda, and it's not going to be a part of the blue or the red, but our own political party. Start putting our money behind that person and grooming them so that we can push forward somebody to put them in office. I thought that was really interesting.
He's
I had
right.
never heard anybody say that.
We definitely been on that train for a while.
We've been on that train.
Yeah, we've been on that for a while. We've got to groom somebody else. Like we have to put up. We spend so much money on, like we spend $2 trillion a year, like on frivolous bullshit.
We a
so
$1 trillion industry.
we could definitely find somebody that we can we like him. They got a clean slate record. They clean cut, whatever they require, we can find a black person that fits all that bullshit. Okay, and we could get it, but can we? I don't know. Like we don't all got to come together. I'm tired of hearing that shit. We're not monolithic. We're not gonna all be one. So this is where it comes in. Either you on the train or you not. If you not, I don't know. Do you need money to get a ticket? We can help you. But if you come on here with your fucking cold chicken wing, then you got to get the fuck off. Like it's just that simple. Like we supposed to be family, right? Let's get on the bus together, get on the train together, and let's make something happen. Right now, everybody let's just get Trump out. Okay, the motherfucker is gone. Now we gotta go. We gotta project now. Now we gotta think. All right, 2022 is big. Yes, it is. 2024 is even bigger. But how about 2030? 2030 is a projected date where the fucking birth rate of Caucasians is going to be negative. They have more people dying than being born. Then you have them passing all these laws down there. You can't get an abortion. It's stopping them women from getting abortions because they know that the death rate is increasing, and in 2030 they will be the minority in this country, in this corporation. So we got to look that far ahead. Who we got that we could raise up and say, this is the person who could lead us, or anyway, or the person who is gonna have enough power. Say, you know what? Cut these motherfucking checks so we can move forward. I'm tired of black people being in my fucking ear. Where's reparations? Where's reparations? Where's reparations? Motherfucker, give us the money. We will shut the fuck up. We will go and buy up the rest of the fucking United States. So there's plenty of acres of land. We will buy the shit up. Give the money. We don't need you to tell us how to spend it. Just because I'm talking right now, and I know my phone has a speaker on it, when we get off this podcast, I'm going to have advertisements, speaking specifically about what I said. Because I talked about McDonald's. You talked about McDonald's. I'm probably going to get a fucking advertisement on my phone. And that shit is on purpose.
It is.
Whole shit is mic'd up. 5G this and 5G that. We all got kept out of the fucking building so they could put up surveillance shit. Okay, we've been being watched. Rob, didn't you bring this up last month? They got the camera in the stop sign. Say hello. They can see your face. It's all good. We've been under surveillance. cut the motherfucking check. That's it.
Right.
We got to be home. You're going to shut it down again. Look, other countries is already shutting it down. We going to get shut down. Whether we believe that what it is or not, you still got people riding around their fucking car today. I've been driving. They got the mask on in the car, family of 4. Pulled up at the light, and I looked at them. I looked at every person in the car, and I looked at the driver. I shook my head because I ain't had no mask on in the car. I got a family in the car. I'm looking at them like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Everybody I see with a mask on. I'm looking at them like, yo, I got the mask in my pocket because, if I got to go into an establishment, I'm not driving in my car with the windows up with my mask on. I see people walking, they jogging with their mask on. You breathing in the shit you're supposed to be breathing out. I say, you know what? I'm not going to be the fucking idiot. Y'all look stupid. Y'all can look at me crazy, like, oh, he think he invincible. Fuck that. I know science, okay?
Right.
And then if y'all, for the people that's overly religious, if you believe in God like you say, like you do, then you won't be fucking worrying about this shit either. Because God got you, right? My God this and my God that. Well, you know what? Maybe I believe in your God more than you. I don't have a mask on, okay? I use it to go in the store. I don't ride around in a car with it. I don't work out with it. What the fuck is wrong with us? I mean, this shit is insane. But we're the problem. Oh, y'all acting like woke motherfuckers, woke hoteps and it. Yo, bruh, my man told me this the other day. He said somebody hit him up. Now his father, it was Fruit of Islam, the fucking security for Elijah Muhammad. Okay, he grew up 5%er, Fruit of Islam, Black Panther. Somebody told him they was listening to a brand Nubian. They told him, "Oh, now I see where you got all the 5%er stuff from." That is a fucking insult. The dude grew up Fruit of Islam, Black Panther. And you think and he's older than Brand Nubian. You think that they are the ones that schooled him to fucking 5%. And all we could do was laugh. Because people say a bunch of ignorant shit all the time. Like, look, this hip-hop today is a little different. Y'all a little different. We was partying. Some of them, just drinking NyQuil when they was in the clubs. You're that baby. I'm sorry. We dropped you on your head. Well, it wasn't too many times. We all take a lump. Babies fall. Okay, they fall out the bed. They roll over. You want to tip? You get the mattress that's closer to the floor, so when they fall, they don't hurt themselves. Your babies jump out of cribs. These kids, I don't know. I call them kids. They fucked up in the game. Like, they're drug addicts in hip hop. They always drug people out, but this is a different level, and I don't know. All I know right now is that a stripper is on top of the game. Cardi B is on top. She got to talk to Biden. You can't tell her shit. You can't tell her nothing. I spoke to the president-elect and told him our issues. Then her song hit the radio. She's straight. Think about that shit. But then look who the VP is. You gotta look at that side of it. So
first woman of color.
First woman of color, baby. She ain't black, but do women, are they gonna embrace? Is she black? Because I asked black women that. I've asked a lot of black women. I got some fucked up responses. Don't get me wrong. I have. I said, are you black first, or are you a woman first? I got a lot of political shit. Some people kept it real. Like, no, I'm a black woman. And not black the color. They was like, I'm not gonna say I'm not African American. They was like, no, I'm black. I was like, okay, you don't want to claim the misnomer. I'm with you. Trust me, I'm with you. Fuck a misnomer. Jesse Jackson, fuck you with your bullshit. Because they lead us down these roads to destruction. Oh, you're African American, motherfucker. I told Rob. I tell you, I dug in my history. I'm in the year 600. Okay, 6, not 19, 2000. I'm in 600. I ain't leave North America yet, dog. I am still in North America. And then when I got out of 600, my people came from Great Britain. I'm in Great Britain right now. The year is 500. Where's Africa? You think we got records that go back to Africa? They was writing on paper that survived today to say that you from Africa. Unless you was born there, that's different. If you was born there within the last 800 years, I mean, shit. I mean, yeah, if you can prove that, that's fine. DNA is a whole nother beast. So I ain't going down that road. But we black, right? Or African, what? We ain't African American, okay? That's a fucked up census bullshit. So what else do we have left? We could say we indigenous, right? I would rather go with that. I'm indigenous. So, but then they're duping the rest of us, indigenous, or the Indians. An Indian American and an American Indian are two different people. I think if we learn that as a people, we can make some progress. Then we don't have to be like, all right, well, I'm black or I'm indigenous. I like the whole claim your land thing. I like that. Jamaicans, at least you know what that is. That's in Jamaica. Barbados, it's in Barbados. I like that. But you're still black. Fuck it. Cut the check. Cut the check. That's it.
The check.
The check. Cut it. Cut the check. You already cut it before. So now the election, I can't believe that they went for 7. I knew they was going to do it, but I'm mad that they did it. Now that it happened, Raw, I'm actually mad that it went this far. I knew they was going to do it, but they actually stretched the shit out to after the election. They fucking killed us.
Yeah.
They wasn't trying to give no paper. Now Mitch McConnell like, yeah, I got my seat. Oh, you ain't get yours, Trump? Don't worry about it. We willing to cut a little check now. Mitch
they
didn't
gonna cut the deal.
Mitch McConnell didn't give a fuck. He
didn't care.
As long as he got his seat back, him and Graham, they ain't give a shit.
Right, Graham. They both run their races, and they like, well, all right, well, yeah, he on his own.
We know Joe. Joe's one of us.
There you go. Joe's one of us.
Joe's
First woman of color.
Yeah.
Indian American. She not even, damn, her daddy Jamaican, Indian. And they're like, no. That's not even a part of the headline. People are upset right now. Like online, I saw it. Like your post, Rob, I looked at. If you know DC, yeah, we talk to DC all the time. Like, he'll give us the other angle. The ultra political angle. Like, well, you need to look at it like this. Okay. And even he looked at the headline like, what the fuck is going on? Color, Indian, ain't no African there, no African nothing.
Nothing, son.
It's Indian American
that's why I had
and
to put
color.
It out there on blast. I'm like, because all y'all keep running around talking this she black shit. But
it's the shoes, baby. It's the shoes. I keep telling you. She wore the Chuck Taylors. Everybody can't rock those, man.
Good.
She wore them wrong, too. She had the single sole shit.
She wore the Timbs wrong. Had them shits tied up to her damn
Yeah, I know, right? Tied up. And it was loose at the ankles.
Yeah,
and it was. You're supposed to have them. Look, I can't do a tutorial on how you wear your Timbs. She from Cali, so they didn't have to wear, shoes, snowshoes.
But Leah, thank you
for
joining us.
And we appreciate it. We definitely appreciate it. We needed the woman perspective on the show. The women, they like fire on the show, man.
Yeah,
are you realizing that, Rob?
They be bringing that
we need to bring some more women on because the dudes, they be holding back, I think. I think they talk shit to us, like in like text messages and group chats, but on the phone, on the line, they don't bring it like the ladies. That's why we can't. That's why the relationship segment is kind of like on hold. Cause we need a couple of strong dudes that's gonna be like, all right, this is what it is, ladies. Not trying to be like the Mac or nothing like that. But it can't just be me and Rob. Like we talk shit all day.
I love to talk relationships. Y'all can call me anytime for that. That's one of my.
And we will. We try to find some brothers. We try to find some brothers that's gonna hold it down.
Brothers that gonna come through.
Yeah. They talk shit to us all day, but you know we want to talk about some real shit. Y'all bring the heat. The women brought the heat on relationship. Listen, y'all ain't doing this, and that, and boom, boom, boom. It's accountability, baby. I get it. Shit.
Yeah. So next time we definitely we go.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem. I enjoyed it. It's a great show. I love what y'all doing.
Thank you, man.
Congratulations.
We appreciate you coming.
We appreciate
it. And we definitely want you to come back and chop it up again with us when you get some time.
Yeah, we appreciate the time you gave tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
No problem. Nice meeting you. C, is it?
Yeah. See, I got many names, you know.
Many names.
I got many names. C is good. Grooms is good, you know.
Author Grooms.
Yeah, Author C. I wrote that 3 years ago on the internet. And people call me Author, so all right. I gotta keep writing.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, have a good night. Thank you.
All right, you too.
All right, appreciate it.
Later.
Grooms, another one down, huh, brother?
Yeah, man. You know, just gotta keep pushing them out. I didn't expect it to go like this, but you know it did. So it's a good thing though. So
yeah.
With all that being said, brother,
we out of here.
The Two Grumpy Men, like you know where to find us.
Yeah, man, we everywhere.
Two Grumpy Men, thegrumpymen.com, wherever. We got merch, we got episodes. Catch up, baby. If you listening to this, you got to listen to the old stuff to understand why we really venting on some real shit now.
Yeah.
So,
you know, Two Grumpy Men, baby. We out of here.
We out of here. Peace.
Peace.